Okay, so I got a little bit done today. It's been crazy. It's the first day of school, so I didn't have as much time to do consecutively what I normally do in the mornings, which is fine. You know, it's part of having a family. But I did get this done. This is like, the initial phase of the fuel pump wiring, so I wanted to go over a little bit. This is not the final phase. This is just the simplest way for me to get the design out of my head and set up so that way I can make changes as necessary. I went ahead and mounted everything on this frame rail here because it's hollow. There's nothing underneath it, so I can use self-tapping screws indiscriminately to secure this stuff. Now obviously if we go get a roll cage in the car, it'll come through the back hatch area, and I want to say the rear bars mount right here. The good thing is all of this stuff here can be mounted on a panel like this, but there's no cage here, so I'm just mounting everything flat so I can tuck it underneath the carpet and the little cover that goes here, so it's out of sight and out of mind. I labeled everything as best I could, the relays, the pumps, and the wiring and stuff. Like I said, I'm going to get the fittings. I'm going to try to plumb all this into the factory lines for right now, because this dual pump system with this and now the relays, I'll talk about this in a second, but with the relay mod, the pump drivers, and the twin 340 pumps, the 680 total liters per hour, according to Aeromotive, under a boosted application, is something like 1,400 horsepower that it can support. Clearly, we are nowhere near that number. Wheel horsepower is probably closer to like 1150, 12 when you do the power loss and driveline and 9-inch and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fuel pump. The reason that I want to plumb it into the stock lines for right now is, one, just to get everything hooked up and working. Make sure that my pumps are set up, that they're wired good, they like the voltage, all that kind of stuff. They can work together on the stock lines, at a lower power level. And once we get that figured out, I can just turn off the activation for the second pump, run off the single pump, and then when we get to the point that we need both pumps, then pull the lines, put in the aftermarket lines, re-plumb the fuel rails, plumb these out into a big, redo them into a Y, into a bigger line with the return and the vent and all that, and call it good. But we're just not there yet. I'm just trying to use the best efficiency of money and time as far as getting everything functional. But like I said, all this you won't be able to see. This is a power distribution block I installed. So I bought an amp kit. This will run to the battery in the front if it stays in the front, unless it comes back here. That's why I didn't hook this up yet for the battery side. But you see the relays come out here into the relays, the switches and all that, into the drivers, and then the pump. We'll wait till the turbo kit's installed to see if we can